Let me talk to you for a minute about the DayOne journal app and how it changed my day-to-day life and maybe what it can do for you. You know, whether you're a seasoned pro with years of traditional paper journaling or someone just starting out, let me give you some reasons to consider switching or starting with a digital journal like DayOne. You know, I've always been someone who tries to keep notes about everything that I was trying to do or plan during a day, but it never really was consistent. And it wasn't until I lost my wife over a year ago that I really started using journaling as a way to capture my thoughts, as a way to clear my head, and honestly just try to stay organized and focused. You know, over the years, I've tried a ton of different tools. You know, I've gone through big leather notebooks, the moleskin notebooks. I've gone to small pocket size notebooks, but nothing ever really stuck. You know, I tried OneNote, which is a great tool on its own, but it just was geared more towards the workplace, and I wanted something that was easier to do on a personal level. And that maybe now OneNote's you can easily do that, but back then when I tried it, it just wasn't that way. I tried Evernote. You know, Evernote's a great note was a great note tool, but it just wasn't the journal kind of experience that I was looking for. Apple Notes, I did a lot in Apple Notes, which I still use Apple Notes a ton for everything kind of else in my day-to-day life. And it kind of crosses over into my journaling as well. But I still use Apple Notes a lot. And then I tried this app called My Wonderful Days, which was a really cute app. You know, it was a good journal app. And you could add an emoji or a kind of a feeling that you were for the day. So you could rate your day of, you know, was I grumpy? Was I sad? Happy? Whatever the case may be. And that was kind of a cool little feature. But it just didn't really work for me. And I don't know why. I just couldn't stay consistent with it. And I know, and I get people love paper journaling, and I totally get that. I'm not knocking it, and whatever works for you works. I mean, you really, when it comes down to it at the end of the day, you really need to find what works for you and what's going to help you be consistent. But let me tell you why I think digital works and why it wins for me. And a few key points. Accessibilities. With the way that the apps are designed nowadays, you can have them on your Mac or PC, you can have them on your phone, you can have them on your iPad. Accessibility is key to staying consistent. Name me a time in the last few years that you haven't really had your phone on you. Yeah, you have it. That means you have access to your journal. This, although you try to pack it and try to take it with you everywhere you go, inevitably you forget it. Inevitably you misplace it. You know, you forget it at home, or you left it somewhere else, or you left it lying around. So then you switch to something, well, okay, if I can't carry this all the time, maybe I'll carry something like this in my pocket, and I'll have this all the time. Depending on what you're wearing, you may not be able to take this. You know, maybe you're wearing gym shorts, or maybe you're at the gym. You're not carrying this journal around with you, but you have your phone with you, and therefore you have your journal with you. So accessibility is key. The other part about accessibility is the ability to do voice to text. And again, launching the app, I'm driving in my truck, I need to capture some thoughts, launch the app, hit the little voice to text button, and I just start talking. And it starts capturing what I needed to capture at that given time. Because again, if I didn't capture it at that point, I'm gonna forget. And I'm easily gonna forget to put it into some kind of paper journal. But if I don't capture it at that time, I probably will forget. So as soon as a thought hits me, as soon as a idea or whatever the case may be for my journal, I'm launching up the DayOne app, I'm hitting the voice to text, and I'm just talking to it. And it's capturing all the things that I needed to capture, that I wanted to capture. Is it 100% perfect? No, it's not. And no voice to text dictation is. And you can always go back and edit it and do that kind of thing. But I think it's kind of fun to actually look at what the entry was, and kind of relive that and try to figure out what dictation was thinking I was trying to say. So that's a little fun part of it, but that's beside the point. The second part about digital journal is search and history. You may have buckets full of these, containers full of these, closets full of these, and or shelves full of these. Try to search for something that you put down in there. It's not going to happen. Maybe if you have some kind of catalog system that you did and you tagged all the pages and did all those kind of things, but you're not going to be able to search the paper journal for an entry that you put in a few years ago, or for a key word that that you put in there and trying to remember when that happened. That doesn't work on a paper journal. It does on a digital journal. Put in a keyword and it's going to pull up all the instances you used that word. It's going to pull up all the dates, and then you go, oh yeah, that's when I did that, or that's when that specific thing happened. And it gives you a history. Again, the DayOne app has this great calendar feature, and it has a history in there. So when I get to a certain day, it tells me that I had X number of entries dating back through the years on that given day. So as of this right now, it's May 5th. If I get into my journal, it's going to tell me, hey, on May 5th in 2024, you had this, 2022, you had this, 2019, you had this. And the cool thing is you can go back and look through those and see what frame of mind you're in, see what you were capturing at the time, see how much or little that you actually added in an entry, where were you in your headspace. It's really cool to go back and see that. You're not going to get that in these little paper journals. And I'm not knocking paper journals. If it works for you, it works for you. But I'm just telling you why I love digital journaling, specifically with the DayOne app. The other part in DayOne is you can have multiple journals. And I know you can do that with paper journals too. You can have multiple books. But for all the reasons I've already said, that's why it doesn't work. In DayOne, I have multiple journals, right? I have a daily journal, which is great for the kind of catch-all, do all the things like that. But I also have a journal in there for cigars. I enjoy cigars. So I have a journal specifically for logging cigars and cigars that I've tried and my thoughts on it, and whether or not that it's something that I want to buy again or not want to buy again. I have a journal for specifically on health and fitness if I want to log things for that. I have specific journals for my daily prayer and Bible studies. I have specific journals for grief and things that I'm going through for my grief and healing process. But I categorize that, and you can get a little bit over categorized in there, and I totally get that, and that's kind of what I end up and what I've done in the past. But those seem to work for me. The next part about DayOne, templates. Out of the box, it comes with a ton of templates that you can just get right into and start using. They have grocery lists, they have to-do lists, they have an AM journal, they have a PM journal, whatever the case may be. You can start with something and, again, get started. Eventually you come to the point, and like I did, I started using those templates, but eventually I came to the point where I said, well, I'm not really using this part of the journal. I'm not using really part of this part of the template. So then I created my own template. I created my own daily template for the things that I know that I need to either do, I want to capture, or I wanted to record as part of my own history. So my daily journal, right, consists of some daily routine things that I know I need to get through during the day. I know I need to take vitamins. I know I need to do my workouts. I know I need to work on YouTube content. I know I need to pray and I need to do my Bible study. So I have those kind of things in my daily checklist. Then I also have a section for what I'm going to do. And that carries over similar to like a bullet journal. So every day when I'm either adding or checking off things on my to-do list, when I open the journal for the next day, I will copy that section over and either remove the things that I've checked off and or add things that I know I need to do. And that carries over day to day to day. But then there's other sections in there that's just kind of my general thoughts for the day, which is the bulk of it. And again, I may add a lot of things in the day and I may not, but it's just kind of whenever I need to add thoughts in there or things that I'm trying to do, it's there for me to just add. And again, it's digital, so there's no limit to how much you can add for the day. One other part about the daily journal that you can do, or that template that you can do, is you can add a picture. You can add voice recordings. You can add all these kind of different things in there. So every day I usually take a picture, at least one, and I'll add that into a kind of a picture of the day. So I try to make sure I tag a picture in there, and it's just fun to see. Again, it just adds to the experience of capturing your life and then being able to go back later on and look at those journal entries and see what kind of frame of mind you're in and all that stuff. I had to make sure that I was actually recording on the mic. Kind of the last part I'll hit on is reminders. So of course, just like with any other journaling app, probably it has reminders, and you can set custom reminders for whatever time you need, however often you need, and it can prompt you for whatever. You can set one in the morning. Did you start your journal in the morning? You can set one at night. Did you remember to journal at night? You can set one in the middle of the day. Did you remember to do, to take your vitamins? Whatever the case may be. But again, it is customizable to the point where you can make it fit how you operate on a day-to-day basis. And honestly, it has done that for me. It has kept me organized, and I absolutely love it. So that's my journaling journey, paper to digital, inconsistency and chaos to consistency and clarity. If you've been struggling with journaling, maybe it's not you per se, maybe it's the method, or maybe it's your system that you're using. So I don't know, try something new. And if you're out there, if you're a paper journal pro, and let me know. Drop me a comment. Let me know why you love paper journaling so much. If you're someone that's journaling and using other tools, drop those in the comments. Let me know what tools you're using. I'd love to hear it. Again, this is just my perspective and why I feel that digital journaling, specifically using the DayOne app, can be a benefit to you. Thanks all for kind of sharing the time with me. Thanks for letting me express my thoughts about this. Don't forget to hit that like button. Drop me some comments in there. And until the next one, see ya.